we're a good team?
Of course.
Beautiful! Hey, look, this. Do you think we're a good team?
Of course.
Beautiful! Hey, look, this assignment. I will split you up.
The sooner everyone sees we can be great partners, the better.
We are the dream team. Sorry, Paul.
Disney Zootopia 2, rated PG.
Right as the Thanksgiving travel rush gets underway, the TSA with this major announcement proposing a new rule to begin as early as January that would require passengers that go through security without a real ID or a valid passport to pay an $18 fee. Remember, a real ID is either a state-issued driver's license or another form of government identification that complies with federal security standards. It's usually denoted by a star in the corner of your driver's license. The TSA says this is just the next step in real ID compliance, something that they've been trying to do for decades. This bill was signed into law more than 20 years ago. Now, if you don't have one of those real IDs or a valid passport and you go through a security checkpoint just like this one, at some point in the process, you will be pulled aside for additional biometric screening. That's what that $18 fee will cover. It doesn't guarantee, by the way, if you go through that screening and you pay that fee, that you're going to make it through a checkpoint like this. But if you do, that screening and the fee are valid for 10 days. So if you fly in that window, you would be covered. Worth pointing out here, 94% of Americans already comply with these real ID requirements, meaning this is only going to impact a small number of travelers. But if you're one of them come January and you don't have that real ID, expect delays at the airport and expect that fee, Michael.
And I expect some people who paid $18 and don't get through to be upset. All right, Jay, thank you so much for that.
Right as the Thanksgiving...
All right, Shalom. This is the brother Yawanathan. About out of one, I'm coming at you another lesson of the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemal Shah. First and foremost, as always, I want to start by giving all praises and glorifications to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah, Bahasham, Rakakwarash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone Well. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect. You're at the four corners of earth, preaching His word in truth and sincerity. Shalom. All right, this is going to be another MOTB weekly lesson of the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemal Shah. Okay, and as you just seen, came out earlier today. This news about the TSA, because we know the TSA, they done improved the digital ID. Okay, they improved digital ID as far as Apple, I believe, with the Apple phones. And now they're saying you got to pay a fee, man. I had that article pulled up. I'm going to pull it up real quick. Bear with me. All right, so here's the article. Okay, it's entitled, TSA may start charging a fee for travelers without a real ID or other approved ID. Okay, and this is going to lead to ultimately the MOTB, but these states, these different countries, everybody's talking about the real ID, not the real ID, but the digital ID. It's gonna lead to the digital ID, and eventually the MOTB, man. Okay, and they're trying to condition the masses, all right, to comply, okay, with their draconian legislation, real ID being one of them. Okay, so they're really pushing this real ID thing. I believe they started that last year or early this year. I think earlier this year, where they say early this year, I believe in May, where it said you have to be required to get the real ID, and now they're going to start charging a fee, man. Okay, so things are getting spicy. Let me get some into this article. Okay, a little bit. It says if you don't have a real ID the next time you fly, which all praises, I don't be flying. I never flew a plane, so I ain't worried about this shit. Okay, it says again, if you don't have a real ID the next time you fly, it could cost you. The Transportation Security Administration. That's another name for the TSA or what TSA means, right? The Transportation Security Administration has proposed a rule that would charge travelers who lack a real ID an $18 fee at security checkpoints, according to a notice published Thursday in the Federal Register. Now, a lot of people might think $18 ain't nothing. I just pay $18. But hey, they say they can, as you see in that video, they can cause delays. What if you don't have the 18? Okay, or what if they go up? What if they go up on the price? You won't be able to go nowhere, man. Okay, you ain't gonna go nowhere, and it's gonna cause problems. Okay, So like I said, it's going to get more draconian out here. They're going to throw more laws and legislations leading up to the MOTB, ultimately conditioning you people or act to comply with their beast system. Okay, this is getting into their beast system, man, which consists again of the RFID micro C-hip, because that's what it's coming down to. Everybody's talking about the digital ID, first real ID, now it's digital ID, and this is what it's going to lead to. Eventually, it's going to get digital. Okay. It reads on, this notice serves as a next step in the process in real ID compliance. See, they want you to comply by charging you. They're just going to start charging people, man. That conditioning, that gradualism by Esau. It says, which was signed into law more than 20 years ago and finally implemented by Secretary Naum as of May 2025. So it started in 2005. Okay. So it's been around a long time. Now they just starting to implement it because, you know, this devil, his time is short. Okay. It says a TSA spokesman or spokesperson told CBS News, noting that the agency would soon provide additional guidance. TSA is working with stakeholders and partners to ensure both security and efficiency at our checkpoints. And this is a bullshit excuse they be using, man. These excuses of why they're going to charge, talking about it's for efficiency and security, you know, which we know is again a load of fucking bullshit, man. Okay, they just want to suck you people into their beast system. Okay. It says embracing biometrics. We know about what biometrics are leading to the MOTB. Okay. It says the TSA is launching a biometric identity verification program at its checkpoints to screen individuals who don't have a real ID or other suitable alternative form of identification, such as a passport. Like you seen in the video, they mentioned the biometric process. All right, like I said, which is another form of conditioning toward that beast system. Okay, this is what it's all leading to. It says alternative ID verification methods. So they're going to use that as an alternative, right? Alternative ID verification methods are time and resource intensive. The TSA said in proposing the fee, right? So they saying it's time is you know, for their time, they're going to charge you by going through another process when you should have had the real ID. So they're going to push these Babylonians to get the real ID. So you don't have to worry about paying the fee or ultimately going through that process and paying the fee, man. That alternative process, which they say can take longer. Okay? So that's part of the conditioning. It says to address the government accrued costs, individuals who choose to use TSA's modernized alternative identity verification program will be required to pay an $18 fee. See that? They're going to charge you the $18. The agency proposed rule states, so they're gonna say, hey, just get the real ID and you won't have to worry about being charged and going through that process. And a lot of you gonna do it. You're just gonna get a real ID. Okay? Which again is sucking you in. That's all I'm gonna read there. Again, it's sucking you into their system, man. Okay? Because it's gonna be mandatory. It's pretty soon it's gonna be mandatory, man. And that's what it's leading to by charging. It's gonna be completely mandatory to have the real ID, and then the digital ID, and ultimately the RFID micro C-hip, which is the MOTB. Okay, so I'm gonna end it off with of course Revelations. Let's get Revelations 13. Get to the point. Starting at verse 16. And I'm going to read it on down. It says, and he calls of Revelations 13 and 16 says, and he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. See? And that no man might buy or sell, save that he had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So it's all leading toward the MOTB, one step closer to the MOTB. Okay, it says, here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for he is the number of a man, and his number is 636. So, hey, it's coming, man. Okay, basically it's here. Okay, it's only a matter of time where they really gonna institute this thing, man. Okay, and present it to the world. I'm talking about that MOTB, because all roads lead to it. All right, so with that, Lord willing, this was edifying. I'm sign off again, saying again, all praises and glorifications goes to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua by Hashem Kakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Well, peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect by the four corners of earth, preaching his word in truth and sincerity. I say again, Shalom, Kwame Shalom. Shalom.